And this whole time I thought you were. If you're not a kangaroo, what are you?
I'm a bunny.
Wait, that's a lie.
Okay, so we're gonna act like me releasing this video closer to Easter was done on purpose. That I haven't had schoolwork, I haven't been procrastinating, and nothing's going on with my eye. Cool, cool. We're doing E is the Bunnymund, who for years I pronounced as E is the Bunnymund, which honestly did affect the direction I went for his story. Also, if you want to see what I did with Tooth Fairy and Pitch Black, you can check out those videos. They are in a playlist on my channel. You don't have to watch them before you watch this one. It's just, if you wanna, you can. Anyway, let's get into the part you're actually here for. So just like Tooth, my main problem with Bunny's design is the fact that his character profile says that his main color is green, despite the fact that he has no green anywhere whatsoever other than his eyes. Even in Tooth, you could argue that she had some purple in her. And it feels even worse with Bunny, because when you look at his original design from the books, this guy is covered in green. I probably wouldn't be so upset with the main color thing, because in both Tooth and Bunny's realms, you can see their main color is mostly the environment, and if that was for everybody, their main color was just the environment that they live in, and that's why it was considered their main color. Fine, cool, I can live with that. But the problem comes when every single other character's main color is the main color that they are wearing / are, and the only two exceptions are Bunny and Tooth. How come 4 out of your 6 main characters stick to theme and the other 2 get to just walk around, no green, no purple, no nothing? Also, I'm gonna be referencing Bunny's original design a lot because I really do feel like when it came to Bunny, book versus movie, the design was so much better in the book. Then again, the characters from the book and the movie are also completely different, so take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. But the one thing I will never understand is why did they change Bunny's fur color? The warm brown gave him the warm chocolatey Easter feel, while the one that he has fits with his colder personality that he has now, but it also just makes his colors way too similar to Jack when the two of them are supposed to be foils to one another. That's why for the design that I came up with, I gave him back the brown fur. I just made it a little bit darker than the one in the book to show that he is kind of a colder person now. And this long robe thingamajiggy that he's wearing in the book's design, I also just kind of took that, transferred it to the movie, kept the movie body type for low reasons we're getting into later, and just kind of tore it up to make it fit his vibe now better. I kept the pattern of his fur roughly the same, the eye color. I also I think I made it a bit darker. The screenshots that I had of Bunny in the movie, I couldn't get a clear shot of his eye color. I think I made it darker. I like it. Also, fun fact, if a bunny is healthy, you won't be able to see the sclera or white part of the eye, but you can see it in Bunny to show that, number one, he's not extremely healthy. I feel like he puts himself into his work so much that he might neglect his health sometimes, or he's just not a bunny. Yeah, that sketch in the beginning of the video, we're coming back to that now. So spoiler alert for the books if you haven't read them. But most of the main characters in the story aren't human. The only human in the books is North, but in my movie canon, whatever I'm doing here, it's North and Jack that are humans because I'm keeping the movie's lore and just branching, seeing if I can make my own series. So Bunny's an alien, specifically a porker. He was a wizard slash magician. Again, I didn't read the book. I watched a short summary of it because I wanted to make my own thing. But during his life, Bunny was a sorcerer, which is a very, very massive leap from where he was to where he is now, which is warrior with boomerang weapons. But at the end of the movie, he uses colorful eggs as like bombs, which I'm thinking he made himself. And some of the eggs he does paint by hand, so we know for a fact he has steady hands. So what if, and here's the fan fiction-y part of it, before he became a guardian, Aster Bunnymund was a bit of a nerd. He was renowned in his field of magic, which on his planet was similar to alchemy. So what if, in the poker community, and especially in his family, being bold and brave and strong and a warrior was looked at much more favorably than being smart and quieter and more sensitive and more creative? What if Bunny was the youngest of a lot of brothers, each one of them being in the Polka military? Bunny was the only one in his family for generations to not be in the military, but to instead to be a high-ranked sorcerer. Despite the fact that that was an amazing opportunity and title to be given, his family never saw it in that way. What if that led to Bunny being extremely insecure about himself? What if, when pitch black attacked his home, Bunny was the only porker left? And despite the fact that he wasn't a traditional porker, he still wanted to live that legacy. He still wanted to keep his people's legacy alive. So when the man in the moon chose him, he asked for one request: make him big, make him strong, give him the build of a typical porker. That's why in the movie, when the children stop believing, Bunny's the only one to have a physical transformation change. What if he trained himself in those weapons to be more of a porker, to be more of the man his father wanted? What if the shoulder armor, which I added, that was in neither the book nor the movie, used to be part of his father's uniform? What if he hopes that his father is watching him from above? What if he hopes that his father is proud of him? What if he hopes his family is proud of him? What if he hopes his community is proud of him? What if he hopes that he is able to keep the Porker legacy alive? What if that is the hope that's driving him? Just by the way, I don't know how to put this into the story, but when I say keep the Porker legacy alive, I don't mean reproducing. This version of Bunny is Aero Ace and we love him for it. We got all that good stuff. We got daddy issues, survivor's guilt, the breaking down of toxic masculinity, and of course an Aero Ace king. I honestly think that because his story marinated in my head for so long, Bunny's was probably my favorite. The same also definitely goes for his design. But we're gonna see if his spot as my favorite design is going to last, because next video is Jack. And I have no idea when that video is coming out. Probably gonna be a few months. I am weirdly intimidated to do Jack because so many people love his OG design. And I feel like if I get it wrong, a bunch of Tumblr girls are gonna come hunting for my throat. But I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to leave your thoughts in the comments and let me know which character's design you are most looking forward to. I also plan on adding a few OCs into the mix because obviously I need secondary characters, tertiary characters if I'm gonna make this an actual thing. There's one girly in particular who I'm very excited for you guys to meet, but I'll talk more about her in Jack's video. I hope you guys had fun with this one, and I'll see you in the next one.